Good morning, chat. It's a good day to be alive. We're all breathing. We're all still here. So, what's the problem? There is no problems. There are never any problems. Problems are just solutions waiting to happen. And it's a good day to be alive. And is hell a real place? I don't know, but I know I'm in heaven right now. What? All my days, all my life, told my mama I'm gonna shine. Told my mama I'm gonna shine. All right, y'all, today we're gonna be reacting to Muslim Lantern. Literally just finished studying, boys. How we doing, everybody in the chat? On the count of three, send what country you are from. What country are you from, okay? Let's go. Let's go. We got NYC, we got Canada, we got UK, we got UK. Yo, we got Germany. We got Zith in the chat. Yo. Yo. Yo, welcome. Egypt, Portugal, Bangladesh, Nigeria. We got Pakistan in the chat. We got India in the chat. We got Canada in the chat. We got Qatar in the chat. We got freaking Qatar in the chat. You know what that means. Let's make a freaking coffee. And then we're going to react to the Muslim Lantern, guys. Today we're reacting to the Muslim Lantern. I talked to the Muslim Lantern yesterday. And then the day before that I talked to Hamza. The day before that I talked to Hamza again. And he roasted the shit out of me. I don't think you guys want me to make this coffee. You sure you want me to make this coffee right now? Because then you guys are going to be like, this dude's on cocaine. No, I just got energy. I just got life inside of me. I've been set free. I've been set free. How do you guys not have energy? How do you guys not have energy? Oh, I need more water. Gotta add more water. We got Turkey in the chat. Cookie Monster, W Energy. Hey, if you don't have energy, what are you? Energy can't be created or destroyed. I don't have more energy than you. I have just channeled it. There's a difference. There's a difference. My name is Grayson Brock. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently streaming live from Texas, the greatest country in the USA. Do we have anyone here in Texas? Make some freaking noise in the chat. Can we get some Texas yeehaw in the chat? I also just talked to the Muslim Cowboy. Hopefully I'm going to be streaming with him later this week, hopefully on Wednesday or Thursday. But today, he came back from a 5-mile run. Good shit, Hamad. Hopefully I'll be talking to the Muslim Cowboy later this week. And later today, we will be watching Jeffrey Lang. We'll be watching Jeffrey Lang Watch Party in 3 hours. That's when that new live stream begins. So I'll be streaming right now for the next 2 hours or so. 2 hours of straight energy. 2 hours, and then I'm going to literally deplete all of my energy. And then we'll be using that for the Jeffrey Lang Watch Party. All right, y'all, my coffee's getting whipped up right now. Who's ready to see? Okay, so we're going to watch the Muslim Lantern that I did yesterday with him, with Muhammad. And that's not the Muslim Lantern. The problem is, guys, I'm going to react to my stream yesterday, but my stream fricked up. Because I'm a freaking bot. I wasn't freaking locked in. And Jeffrey Lang Watch Party, that's happening in 3 hours, guys. Get ready, let's watch the Muslim Lantern. Guys, get ready, let's watch the Muslim Lantern. Oh wait, not this one, silly goose. I need the one from yesterday. So, is there any other way to watch this stream? Because I fricked it up.
it's not even them. It's just names attributed to the authors. We don't know who the real authors are. But whoever wrote these gospels, they called it. They
I want
called
to
it
learn
hearsay at
about
the time.
Jesus according to Muslim
Some of
tradition.
these hearsay could have.
I want to learn what the Quran. So I've grown up a Christian.
So this is the view, guys. Really disappointed in myself for messing up this view, but I was too focused on talking to Muhammad. I was too focused on answering questions. I was too focused on learning. You know, sometimes you get too focused, you get too locked in that you got to unlock and then you got to relock. But I stay locked 25 hours a day. So I'm going to lock the frick in right now. Bro is reacting to his reaction live. Of course, we got to review the footage, guys. We got to review what he taught me. And then I'm not just going to be reacting during the stream. I'm going to react. And then at the end, he does give me a concise and clear challenge. And I am going to review that challenge. And I'm going to begin that challenge today. He challenged me to find something in the Bible. Actually, no, here. We'll wait. We'll get to it.
The Bible, and this is where you live.
Even the afterlife. I'm not talking to that question then.
Good that you bounce it back. What do I think that Jesus, the word, that actually he is the message.
People who takes care of life, essentially, and who resurrects you. So if you die and you're resurrected by
All right,
someone
who's
else,
locked
that
in?
entity that resurrected you is in reality the God, right? So I'll leave you these points to think about, perhaps, you know, and then you're welcome to come back again if you've got any other questions about this topic. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much for your time and those additional verses.
No problem. Bye bye.
Have a good evening.
You too. Okay. Let's bring Grayson.
Oh,
wait. I'll bring Grayson and then I'll bring you. I know you're excited. I'll bring you next. Don't worry. What can I do, man? I'm being grilled here, you know?
This is as soon as I freaked it up.
How are you, Grayson? I didn't expect that number of people today. How's everything?
Oh, it's going.
No, I was just addressing the viewers. I was telling them I didn't expect that number of people today.
Oh, yes. Your name is Muhammad, correct? It's nice to meet you. I appreciate you having this platform and allowing us to come and speak.
I try, man. I need to do better, but I
So
try.
nice, bro.
No.
Okay, let me... There's a little bit more room that y'all can get. Okay, one sec, guys. One sec. I'm going to share my screen so we can watch the Muslim Lantern in review live. What did you guys think about how we talked yesterday? What did you think about the talk I had with Muslim Lantern yesterday? I know the screen is black right now. One sec, homies. One sec. What did you guys think about the talk? What did you think about... What did you think about it? What did you think about it? Is my voice low? Is my voice low? Do you need my voice to be higher? He was so versed and polite. He is very polite. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Okay.
I try, man.
Should have asked more questions. Yeah, I didn't want to overstay my welcome. I didn't know. I don't know. I haven't watched many of these streams before. And so, like, when I joined Hamza's stream... Oh, the Hatch Fights. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you want to know the truth about Islam, speak with God Logic. Okay, who's God Logic? I'd love to speak to God Logic. I wish I would have asked more questions as well. I just didn't know if I could just ask like simple questions because when I joined in the arena stream, I didn't realize that I was supposed to be questioning Islam, and like I'm not really questioning Islam. I mean, I am, but I'm more so just trying to learn, and then I'm gonna come to a decision on my own. I'm not gonna make a decision on like a stream or something. Decisions take years to make, you know what I mean?
I need to do better, but I try.
No. Well,
Okay, trying to figure out, guys, why this is currently looking a little whack.
So you're doing... Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
I am investigating Islam and pretty much every religion. This year, I stayed at a Buddhist temple in Thailand, and I'm from America, so I've grown up a Christian and have studied the Bible, and I've began investigating other religions this year, and have looked the most into Islam after I started reading the Quran, and I wanted to learn more about it and ask you.
Okay, some people are saying you've been in other people's streams. Have you been in other Muslim streams as well, going around? How did that go for you?
Oh, it was 2 days ago. I joined Hamza's Den, the arena stream, and
It was intense. It was fun. I got to ask them questions, and I did a lot of listening more than talking. But I got to, yeah, get some clarification on Jesus in the Quran. Although I still have more questions about Jesus in the Quran. But it was intense, and everyone's been recommending go to the Muslim Lantern. Go to the Muslim Lantern. He's super nice. He's super nice. He's super nice. He's super nice. They keep saying that. And I came on
They
here,
tricked
she's
you.
smiling.
They tricked you. They brought you into a trap.
No,
bro.
they
You're-
didn't trick me. He's so nice. He's so nice. He's very nice. The Muslim Lantern is a freaking G.
It's done now. you didn't know that. They didn't tell you the truth. Yeah. Okay, so
I know the screen is not full, guys, but it was because it was
before
messed
you
up
entered the
freaking
other stream
yesterday.
and after you entered that stream, what changed in your belief system?
Oh wait, this is
That's a great question. They demonstrate.
Before you entered the other stream and after you entered that stream, what changed in your belief system?
Oh, that's a great question. They
The screen is gonna be like this.
they
guys, don't worry.
demonstrated, which
okay.
is something that has
Listen.
already come to my mind from reading the Bible. But they just demonstrated how confusing basically the Bible can be.
Okay.
And you know, with
Hamza's Den, they did demonstrate to me that the Bible can be confusing. It can be pretty confusing, and a lot of the theologies, or is that a word? Theologies? A lot of the photosynthesis in the Bible can be a little bit complicated.
regarding the Trinity, and just regarding like the Old Testament, God is this way, but then in the New Testament, God seems to be different, which are questions that Christians ask in church and questions that I've asked before. And there's always some, you know, you always, if you ask it in church to a Christian leader or a pastor, it's like you'll get an answer, but
Okay.
then, you know, 2 weeks later you'll be like, what was the answer? You know, what was the answer to that question?
I think that's very true. There's a lot of questions that I remember asking. Guys, please stop spamming the chat with the same thing over and over again. Use this chat to discuss with me or discuss with other people in there. Yusuf said, it's not confusing, it's corrupted. Added in by church fathers at different dates throughout history. In other words, it's been charged, suit, and agenda. I mean, I don't think it's evil. The Bible has so much wisdom to it. I'm never going to stop reading the Bible. Mostly, like, Jesus' teachings. Because I think Jesus' teachings are incredible in the Bible. But they are very floaty. They are very, you know, it's like who actually follows them? And some of them they're just kind of like, it's not really direct. It's not direct. There's not many parts of the Bible that are clearly direct, telling you to do one thing. But for example, Jesus, like every other prophet, was disliked. That's the interesting thing about the Bible, the Quran, and Abrahamic religions, is that all of the prophets were disliked during their life. So if you read about Moses, you go to the Old Testament, you read about Moses. Moses is famous, right? Everybody loves Moses, right? Everybody loves Moses now. No one liked Moses during his life. Not no one. I mean, obviously I wasn't there, so I don't really know. But according to the Bible, Moses was like, these people won't listen to me. They make fun of me. David in the Bible, King David, was made fun of. He sings about in Psalms in the Bible, he talks about how nobody would listen, or people would make fun of him for praying and fasting. So every single prophet, Jesus, Muhammad, I believe there's a story of Muhammad getting trash thrown on him as he walked by, or like one day he didn't get trash thrown on him and he was like, oh wow, there's no trash being thrown on me. So it's crazy how when you speak the truth in this world, people will be upset about it. And if there's any example of that, go to the Bible, go to the Quran. There's people in there. All of the prophets were made fun of.
So they basically, I feel
You
slightly
feel like
less
you got an
confident
answer when
in the consistency of the Bible.
So you essentially you go into the church, you get some drug and you feel like you got an answer, you come out, then you realize you get the answer while you leave the church, right? So they give you an emotional drug, you know. This is and
Nas,
in the
maybe you're
beginning
right.
there
I'll
was,
have to
you know,
find out,
and there was
Nas.
original sin, and then Adam ate from the tree. You come out, and then you forget
Yeah.
what the answer was, right? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I can relate to that, by the way, in a very big sense. Okay, so
And it's even hard for me to say that because it's scary because all of my friends and family are Christian, and it literally feels like I'm sinning by saying that. So
So my question to you, It
It does, bro. It does. And my phone is blowing up for my friends and family, like trying to talk to me.
You now is what is your position now?
But I'm just streaming all day.
What are you?
I'm investigating all religions. I guess that's what I'm saying right now. Like a year ago, I would have had a different answer. If I go in depth, I would have a different answer than I have now. And so I know in a year from now, I'm 21 years old. I don't know exactly where I'd be, so I'm almost just
Yo,
holding
Gaming,
back
thank you
from
for the
really
super chat.
answering, and I'm really just basically a year ago. I decided I want to be a blank. I want to try and start over. It's impossible to really start over. You know, you already have what you've been programmed inside of you.
Mhm.
Just like I always say, like when I hear the word Allah, I don't think God, right? That hasn't been programmed inside of me. I almost think I think foreign and almost evil, like 9/11 or something. Like that like growing up in America, that's like what you get just fed by the media or whatever. So my position is I'm investigating every religion.
Yeah, so you don't consider yourself like Christian, or you're not set in stone in any religion. Essentially, you're saying right now you're investigating and looking.
I mean, I still go to church, and I still go to church with my I guess I still go to church. So if that's considered being a Christian, then I'm a Christian. No.
No, but
I'm
if you go to the
questioning
church,
every-
do you believe in the teachings of Christianity as well?
That's I always avoid answering this question because I don't know how to articulate my thoughts well enough. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the Quran. I believe in truth. There's been so much stuff in the Bible that has set me free. So I do believe in the Bible. When I go to church, I am listening. Just like everything that they'll tell you in church is pretty much like when they start talking about the physical ideas, like the actual actions of how you should live as a Christian. Going to church will improve your life, or you'll become a soft person. You'll become very soft spoken. That's what a Christian church is mostly wanting to be, is very soft, respectful. What's attractive about Islam, and a point that I want to discuss. Islam is very Wait, one sec. I want to ask you guys something. Islam is more to the point and more direct. And here's my question, and this is what is attractive about Islam is that it's more like boom. I got distracted and I honestly forgot what I was going to say. When you go to church, it seems very floaty. It seems a little bit fairy tale. Like it's like you get, you leave church feeling good about yourself, but how many like direct steps were given to you about how to change your life, like how to actually change your life, how to follow this way of life. You look at the pastors at church and you're like, oh, I want to be like them. They seem so happy and fulfilled, and they are. I've talked to pastors. I was close with many pastors at my church in the Woodlands, and these are some of the greatest humans I've ever met. The most inviting people, knowledgeable. You just see them and you just light up. So there is something to Christianity. There is something to there that is making these people joyful. They don't do any, they don't need anything to bring them joy except themselves. They don't use anything to bring them joy. They don't use any external things. It's all internal. Now, is their philosophies wrong about who's the Son of God? Of course, Muslims would say yes. But they have evolved to become a human that is very, in simple terms, happy, I guess. Satisfied. They're not craving life. Like my friend, one of my friends, he's a very devout Christian. He's so fulfilled all the time. He's one of my old friends from high school that I haven't talked to in a while, and he's so fulfilled all the time. But sometimes it seems like you can get a little too far into the Christian doctrine, and then it's like, what are you actually saying? I don't know. I feel like so much of church, you go and you listen like a Christian church, and it's like, what did they actually just say to me? It's like, what did I just hear? And if you ask a hard question, sometimes it always gets answered, but did it really get answered? Did it really get answered? Like, do you actually understand it? Are you going to remember this answer in 2 weeks, or are you just going to remember it, today?
No.
And look,
I mean, I still go to church, and I still go to church with my. I guess I still go
This
to
part's
church. So if
interesting.
that's considered being a Christian, then I'm a Christian. No.
no, but
I'm
if you go to the
questioning
church,
every-
do you believe in the teachings of Christianity as well? That's the question. It's not just going to the church.
Yeah.
I've been to the church before, so that doesn't make me a
Yeah,
Christian.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, right now, when I hear a pastor talk about a verse in the Bible about something that Jesus taught, if you have the faith of a
Hassan, how do I watch that stream? Do you guys know if he has the stream on his channel? Because obviously my view of it is fricked up. Let's go to the Muslim Lantern's channel. This is good. He's asking me good questions. He's basically saying, are you a Christian or not? And I'm saying, I still go to church, and I still learn from the church. And I'm like, well, it's not. Afet, thank you for your super chat. Gee, Islam is pragmatic. It does not deviate from reality. You can't just sing and be happy all the time. Life is full of ups and downs, and Islam teaches you how to deal with all of it, happy or sad. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly think you're right. It's just so direct.
mustard seed, you can move a mountain. It's like, do I believe in that? Oh yeah, like that's like an inspirational quote.
Guys, I don't think I'm gonna check one more time, and then we're gonna go back to the stream. But I do not believe that it is able to be watched live. Oh, what's this video? Christian reads the Quran. Yeah, it's not there, guys. Yeah, guys, I think you guys are wrong. He does not have his live streams up. Oh, is this God Logic?
Meditation. Well, no, I'm not, because Islam is not original. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot.
Islam claims to be the only religion that has been existed since the beginning of the time. It's just the Quran is and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, are the final revelation of the one religion.
Slow mode,
I know.
I have to restart the stream.
Oh, I know that's the claim, but that's just not.
Well, what I'm saying is, if that's our claim, you saying that we're not
Cookie.
a new thing or something like that, well,
you are a new thing.
You're saying
no. What I'm saying is, you are a new thing. Islam is a new thing. Yes, it's a new thing that takes from a lot of older things to basically fill it up. Mm-hmm. But specifically on this right here, where I don't know where Jai is, but until he gets back, I
really don't. Well, hold on, bro. But I really don't get what that point you just made.
One second, bro. 1 second. What I'm saying is, for this here, we're talking about this myth that every Quran that you pick up is exactly the same word for word, and so that's what this entire.
I want to talk to God Logic.
Mustard, and there's
let's keep watching
something that Jesus taught. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. It's like, do I believe in that? Oh yeah, that's like an inspirational quote almost, or and there's so many lessons to extract from it. Now, if they start talking about Jesus is the Son of God, I listen, but I'm more so wondering, how does that even affect what I do? I still think what Jesus was saying, I still have learned a lot from it. It's been the foundation of me becoming a better man, but I don't necessarily disbelieve or believe if he's the Son of God, because I don't really see how it affects my action.
Okay, I kind of
now.
So I was saying, did you guys understand my point? Jesus' teachings have been the foundation of me becoming a better man, because I've grown up in this religion. So whether or not he's the Son of God, it's still the foundation teachings of me becoming a better man. But he's about to make a good point.
Yeah, I kind of get where you are. Okay, go ahead. What is your question? Go ahead. I'll let you go with your questions. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's good to preface, even for myself and for the viewers as well, like where I am. So today I spent 2 hours looking specifically into the Quran. I was like, okay, I want to know exactly what the Quran says about Jesus. And so, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, well, I read it. The Quran says that Jesus is the Messiah, which I didn't know. I thought Messiah meant Son of God. Jesus is the Messiah and performed miracles. I've read the Quran before, but it's like I almost read it again. This part today, I was like, oh, so it says he was born of a Virgin Mary. Oh, okay, well, that's what we believe. Oh, it says he was the Messiah. Oh, okay. Like, oh, I didn't know that. So, and then I looked up, okay, what does Messiah mean? Because I thought Messiah meant Son of God. And then Messiah apparently means anointed one and like / chosen one. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, what, according to Muslim tradition, according to Islam, what, Jesus is a prophet, correct?
Mm-hmm. This is him addressing you, probably, if you can read on the screen, probably.
Hamza.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to address this because this is...
Did you ask the same question of, is Jesus the Messiah on there?
No, not the same question, but I discussed basically, do I need to throw away the Bible's teachings?
Okay.
All right. And they basically said, no, you don't. You don't need to throw away your culture. However, they, on Hamza's den, they said you can't trust the Bible. Why would you really? If you believe in the Quran, you don't need the Bible.
Okay.
So.
And do you trust the Bible? Or after the conversation with them, have you came to the conclusion that the Bible is not historically accurate? That there is truth and falsehood, essentially. That there are statements that are true and there are falsehood in there, and changes.
The Bible confuses me. There's so much to it, and
that's a politically correct answer, but not the one. There are statements that are true and there are falsehood in there, and changes.
I'm nervous.
The Bible confuses me. There's so much to it, and
that's a politically correct answer, but not the one I'm looking for.
What's your question?
My question is, after the conversation, have you come to the conclusion that the Bible is not reliable from the sense that it's been changed? There are corruption in it. There are statements that have been added into it. There are interpolations in the text. There's changes, and not everything that is in there is to be taken to be true. Could be statements of truth in there. There's also a lot of falsehood there.
A lot of falsehood.
Yeah. That's a question.
I mean, right now, like I said, I'm a blank slate. So I'm reading the Bible. Is it a historical, accurate document? I don't feel like I've spent enough time to say no or yes. Now, the confusing part about the Trinity and like Christian theology, that part has left me more confused.
Do you believe in the Trinity? Look, with me, I'll tell you something with me, because the conversation is not going to go anywhere unless this happens, right? With me, there has to be positions taken. Like, I'm not like, we cannot give politically correct answers, but you're not taking positions because of me, you're taking positions of what you already believe in. Because when I ask you, for example, do you believe in the Trinity, the answer is either yes or no. The answer can never be, I do not know, right? Because the answer is right now, you could say, I still don't believe, I don't have a reason to believe in the Trinity right now, especially after having a long conversation about Christianity, right? So your position have to either be in the affirmative or the negative.
Dude, it's so hard to watch back you talk. Do you guys know how awkward it is to like watch yourself speak? You become so critical of how you speak. But then I realized, wait, this is not about me speaking. This is about me and all of you guys in the chat figuring out the truth and having a good question, and me representing you guys asking questions. I'm trying to represent us. We're trying to find the truth here. My name is Grayson Brock, and I'm trying to find the truth. Okay, I'm just a 21-year-old kid. Go easy on me, man. No, go hard on me. I want the smoke.
You can say, I believe in the Trinity. And then you give reasons why you do. Or you say, I don't believe in the Trinity, and you give reasons why you don't, right? Or for example, I believe the Bible is trustworthy, and you give reasons why. Or you don't believe the Bible is not trustworthy, and you give reasons why, right? So, because when you have a conversation about something, you have to have a conclusion. I'll tell you something. I speak
You're
to many
right.
people.
You're right. This won't go anywhere unless I.
Yeah, I speak to many people, and what they end up doing is they enjoy the journey. It's not about enjoying the journey; it's about reaching a conclusion. If I'm digging here in my house for some reason, for some crazy reason, trying to look for gold, and I keep digging in my house, and someone says the gold is over here, stop digging here, and I say no, I'm enjoying my search of gold. I'm not really searching for gold because I keep digging in the wrong place, even though someone told me this is the.
He makes a great point. He's like, this is not about you just having a fun conversation. It's about getting to the goal. It's about getting the task done. The task is figuring out what you believe so you can move forward. Spending your time not knowing what you believe is almost like a waste of time because you're like almost holding yourself back. But it's good to question. But I do kind of need to come to some amount of beliefs so I can. Afet, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for making these live streams possible every single day because of these super chats. I get excited to do super chats when the super chats come because it makes doing these live streams and YouTube full time a possibility. As you guys will see tomorrow, I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll be painting a fence. That's my job right now to fund this YouTube channel. So you guys will see tomorrow what I do to actually, my actual personal job. Afet said, okay, hold on to the teaching of Jesus, peace be upon him, and carry it forward through Islam. And just remember, the creation can't be worshipped. It's just the creator. You're never going to leave Jesus. That is a beautiful thing that I've learned recently. I had no idea that the Quran, until yesterday, that the Quran says that Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is performed miracles. He healed the blind. He was born of a virgin. I had no idea that that's what Muslims believed. So they believe in his supernatural powers. Just they don't believe he's God. Am I correct there, chat, before everybody roast the frick out of me?
The wrong place. So I need to look for that which will lead me to the conclusion I'm looking for. If I'm looking for guidance, if I'm looking for truth, then I'm supposed to take positions after having conversations with people. Okay, this is incorrect. Then I reject this. This is correct. Then I follow this. This is what I would like to see. But if it's about enjoying the journey, I would rather bring someone who is actually looking to take positions on what is true and what is not true. Because these people are actually in search of guidance, in search of truth. I do not know if you get what I'm saying or not.
He made a great point. I need to pick a stance and I need to go with it. I need to pick a side and I need to ask him because that's the only way. And he made me realize that on Hamza's Den, I wasn't doing that either. Which is good because I'm learning to become a better debater or speaker. And the point of being a better speaker or debater, to me, my purpose is so that you guys and me can all find the truth better. Not to end in an argument, but to end in a goal, like he's saying, like to get the gold.
I do get what you're saying. Right now, I do not believe that a human can be 100% God. So I do not believe in the Trinity.
Okay, you do not believe in it. Okay.
That's the first time I've ever said that. Online. And that was freaking scary. Slightly opinion. Just a reminder, the Trinity is polytheism. Yeah, it's really freaking scary to say that. The truth is scary because now if I say I don't believe in Jesus as God, a lot of my friends and family might think I'm going to go to hell. So, can anyone relate to that? Can anyone relate to that? But it starts to make sense. Like, why are we worshiping a human and not God, not the creator, the creator, whoever put the sun there, whoever created the sun, whoever created the universe, whoever created me is not a human. Don't you say the truth to believe? Yeah, I do feel relieved, but I also feel scared because I know it's going to bring up a lot of uncomfortable conversations. And I guess I'm not scared. I'm scared of being in the middle. I don't want to be in the middle. I want to kind of like get a stance, and this is what this live stream is about. Every single day you guys are following me. I'm trying to get to a stance. I'm trying to get to a point where I have a belief, but right now, I'm 21 years old. I'm forming that belief as we speak. So this YouTube channel is about finding that belief and just following myself. But really, it's about all of us because we're all forming our beliefs every single day. Every single day, you're adding or taking away a belief. Most importantly, the things you take away. Umi, I don't know how to put on slow mode, brother.
Excellent. What about the Bible?
I want to help you.
What about the Bible? Do you believe it's to be trusted, or has it been changed and there's corruption? Not necessarily everything there is historically accurate.
Well, if I don't believe in the concept of the Trinity, then there's definitely going to be some parts of the Bible that are not, that I don't agree with. So,
okay, excellent. Okay, all right. So then you were asking about the Messiah, or the word Messiah, the Quran mentioning the word.
I don't know if I believe that there's a divine book that's 100% true. That just sounds kind of crazy. Like, it's just a book. I feel like that's kind of a... Like, I don't think God would give us a book that's 100% true. I mean, that just, like, feels too easy. Isn't God, like, out there? Isn't God... God is the universe. God is what you see. God is when you feel love, when you kiss someone you love, when you hug someone you love. Isn't that what God is? Or is it in a book?
Word Messiah. What does the word Messiah essentially mean, right? The word Messiah means anointed one, and it was different messiahs for the Jewish people. Originally, if you wanna go back to the term to Judaism, rather than when Christians started using it differently, it means anointed, to be anointed to do a specific task or a job, etc. So that's why there was different messiahs. There was king messiahs, there was other messiahs, and they were anointed to do a specific job or to do a specific task. Now Christians later changed that term to mean savior, and the word Messiah doesn't mean savior. In
1 sec. You know what's so interesting is yesterday you guys saw me on stream learn that Messiah does not mean the Son of God, and I even called my friend and asked him, what does Messiah mean? And he goes to church as well, and he said, I believe it means like Son of God. Does not mean Son of God. It means the Anointed One, which is what Muslims believe. It says it in the Quran.
Hebrew or in Arabic or in other languages, but they changed the word from meaning anointed one into meaning someone who is saved or savior, which is not the case. So from a Muslim point of view, we believe the Messiah is Jesus, the prophet and a messenger chosen by God to deliver the message to the people, and also to come on the second coming and to defeat the Antichrist. This is another also job that he's given by the Creator, by Allah Azza wa Jal, to fulfill. This is what we believe it means. And yeah, some scholars also spoke about Messiah meaning that he will round the earth, he will work because he walked in the earth, or that his sins was forgiven or wiped away, etc. These are some interpretations that some scholars have given as well to the word Messiah. But it essentially means anointed and to do something, to do a specific task, to do a specific job.
So you believe that Jesus is going to come back in the second coming with
Yes.
With God
With
along with other prophets?
No. So the second coming of Christianity is very different from the second coming of Muslims, right? So second coming in Islam, it is still before resurrection, it's still before the day of judgment and before all of that. The second coming in Islam is there are some things called the major signs of the Day of Judgment. These signs will be apocalyptic. There will be major signs. There will be major signs like the coming of the Antichrist is an apocalyptic sign, for example. It's a major sign. So when Jesus comes back, the Antichrist will be there, and he will also have the opportunity or the chance, given the mission by God to kill the Antichrist, right? And then he will live with people in peace for years, and then he will die as a normal human being dies, just like everyone else dies. And while he's doing, when he descends, as the Prophet ﷺ told us, he's gonna break the cross, and he's gonna kill the pig, the swine, and then he's gonna establish Islam. He's gonna establish the teachings of Islam. Now, the reason he's gonna break the cross is because there are people now, and this is another wisdom that you can see in Jesus coming back, because people now have had wrong beliefs about him. They started believing that he was God when he never claimed that he is God. He never told anyone to worship him. People started to change.
Is that true? Did Jesus not claim to be God, or did Jesus claim to be God? How will we ever know? I think that it'll be an endless debate, and for eternity. Why can't we all just come together? Come together right now over me. I just want peace in the world. I just want peace in the world, and I don't want people. I hate debates. I hate debates with a passion.
His identity and worship him incorrectly. So when he comes back, he corrects these people too, these incorrect beliefs, that he is not a Trinity, and he breaks the cross, and he also kills the swine or the pig because people are not following the law anymore. So he teaches them, no, actually you need to follow the.
For anyone who's just joining, this is Muslim Lantern stream that I was on yesterday. I'm in the bottom right of the screen. I know you can't see it. That's because I freaking fricked up the stream. I'm a new kid on the block, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out how this works. But if you're just joining, I discussed with him yesterday, Jesus in the Quran. What does that mean? Because I am, I have a lot of knowledge relative to how much knowledge I have in the Quran. I have a lot more knowledge in the Bible. And I'm learning, what does that mean? Does that mean to become, if I want to embrace the Quran, I have to unembrace the Bible? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But what I did learn yesterday, before I joined this stream, which is why I was asking these questions, before I joined his stream, I devoted 2 hours of my time to trying to figure out trying to figure out what the Quran says about Jesus and what, according to Muslim tradition, is believed about Jesus. So this was what I found yesterday before I went on Muslim Lantern stream. What does the Quran say about Jesus? Jesus is the Messiah, just performed miracles and said to serve God as he is the Lord. What religion this is what I found in the Quran regarding Jesus. Jesus is the Messiah. This is according to Surah chapter 3, Jesus is the Messiah, the anointed one. He is born from a virgin. He performed miracles. He said to worship God above all. He was speaking from the cradle. According to the Quran, Jesus was speaking from the cradle as a baby. He wasn't going wah, wah, wah. He was like, yo, I'm the anointed one. What's good? And they were like, what? This dude is 1 year old. Or however old. So that's what I did yesterday. And then I went on the Muslim Lantern stream, as you can see right here.
The book and the law that is sent to you by God, and eat that which God told you to eat, and leave that which God told you to leave. Not pretend you're Christian and eat whatever you like. So that is why he will do these specific things as well in his second coming, as well as him killing the Antichrist.
Okay, so much, yeah.
But that is not going to be, but that's not going to be the day of judgment, for example, like some Christians believe second coming. He's not going to come and then people will resurrect and he's going to judge them. This is what Allah will do. It's not any human being, no prophet does this. It's the Creator does this. So when Jesus dies, even after him, other events will take place of the major signs of the day of judgment. And then until the last sign takes place, then Allah will resurrect everyone, including Jesus and Moses and Prophet Muhammad and everyone. And then there will be accountability for their deeds. And based on what you did in this life, you will either be rewarded or punished. So this is how it is in Islam.
Okay. It definitely adds some clarification, because there's just so much misunderstanding I've noticed around my friends growing up in American kids and Islam in general. There's all of this I didn't know, and I don't think any of my friends know about Islam. It's like they think that I'm like looking into something that's vastly different. So Jesus.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, to be fair, there are differences between Islam and Christianity, but there are a lot of similarities. So yeah, it's not like
there's got to be more similarities than differences between the Bible and Christianity, right? And here's the problem, or one of the problems. If you start talking about the Bible, everyone has a different, like a lot of Christians have never read the Bible. So they're talking about what they learn at church, but what you learn at church is different than what's in the Bible, or maybe not really different, but they only focus on, 10% of the Bible repeatedly every single service, and they don't look at, other stories. Like if you go to church your whole life and you don't read the Bible, and then you read the Bible one day, you'll be shocked. And I've experienced that firsthand. You can even become a church leader. I mean, I don't mean a leader like a pastor, but at my church, you could lead kids. You could lead kids and teach them in Bible study. And I don't think you were ever tested on what you knew about the Bible. It was just kind of like a moral test of, are you a good person? That is a problem.
Like, there is no difference at all. There are differences. Like, we believe in the same prophets. We believe in, you see, the second coming of Jesus, the miraculous birth, hellfire and heaven and afterlife and these things. We have these common beliefs.
Do you believe that there's value for a Muslim reading the Gospels, like Jesus' teachings?
Why do you conflate the gospel to be Jesus' teachings when we were just establishing in the beginning that you cannot necessarily be sure about what is the source of this information?
See, he's smiling when he tells me. I think if Hamza would have told me that, he would have yelled at me. Even though they're saying the same thing. I'm gonna make another coffee. Do you guys like when I discuss with you guys here, or do you like when I go on lives? Because like God Logic is on right now. I could go join his live, but would you guys rather have me keep watching this?
So why did you identify the gospel to be Jesus' teachings? What you would call the Bible? Why did you identify that to be Jesus' teaching?
Well, I guess no matter whose teachings
Okay,
it is, they've improved my life drastically, and I also feel like most of them would not be going against Islamic traditions.
Yeah, can someone remind me what is the name of that? Oh, okay, I got his name. That bald guy. His name is David Goggins, right? Someone read some David Goggins' writings, and they improved his life drastically. That does not mean that these works are therefore now revelation from God. Would you agree?
Why didn't you guys tell me that the audio is
Yes.
bad?
Yeah.
Chat.
So it's not a criteria to say that something has improved your life. That means that this is from God.
Sure, I get. But do you think there's value as a Muslim to read the Gospels to learn from the teachings that are attributed?
Okay, I got his name. That bald guy. His name is David Goggins, right? Someone read some David Goggins' writings, and they improved his life drastically. That does not mean that these works are therefore now revelation from God. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's making a good
it's not
point. He's making
criteria
it.
to say.
He's making a good point right here. He's saying what he's saying is if your life got improved by David Goggins or Andrew Tate.
Hello. Yo. All right, I know you guys can hear me now. Sorry, one sec. It feels like you guys are all screaming at me. Stop screaming! Hello. All right. It looks like we're gonna have to use how it is right now. How is the audio when I play this? Is it good?
That something has improved your life, that means that this is from God.
Sure, I get. But do you think there's
Works with Goggins' writings, and they improved his life drastically. That does not mean that these works are therefore now revelation from God. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not a criteria to say that something has improved your life. That means that this.
All right. All right, guys. Give me 30 seconds.
To the Muslim lantern.
Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna fix this microphone real quick, and we're gonna continue to reacting to the Muslim lantern. Give me 30 seconds, okay?
Hello? Hello? All right, there we go. Hello, can you hear me now? Does it sound good? Does it sound good? Does it sound good? It sounds good right now? Okay, that sounds good. Here we
What
go.
I
We're
believe
back.
is there is nothing that is good that is going to be found in the gospel that is not already present in the Quran. And the reason
Oh, we're getting to the good part of this, guys. Get ready.
Going against Islam.
Hold your horses and drink another coffee. It's about
Yeah,
the shit's about to go down.
Well, I guess no matter whose teachings it is, they've improved my life drastically, and I also feel like most of them would not be going against Islamic traditions.
Yeah, can someone remind me what is the name of that? Oh, okay, I got his name. That bald guy. His name is David Goggins, right? Someone read some David Goggins' writings, and they improved his life drastically. That does not mean that these works are therefore now revelation from God. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not a criteria to say that something has improved your life. That means that this is from God.
Sure, I get. But do you think there's value as a Muslim to read the Gospels to learn from the teachings that are attributed to Jesus in the Gospel, whether or not that's actually
What I believe is there is nothing that is good that is going to be found in the gospel that is not already present in the Quran.
When he said that, he's like, I believe there's nothing good. I was like, is he about to say there's nothing good in the Bible? And then he said that's not already found in the Quran. I was like, okay. That's when it kind of started to make.
And the reason is simple, is because the Prophet Muhammad والسلام,
Why? Yo, freaking thing. We're about to get into the good part of this, guys. The meat and
already told us
that
the Quran is a perfect scripture. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran that اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم. Today I have perfected your religion for you. وأتممت عليكم نعمتي, and completed my favor upon you. It was when the final revelation was given. So when Allah says that today I have perfected your religion, when Allah mentions that, says that He's perfected our religion, that means anything which will be beneficial is by necessity present in the teachings of Islam. And anything which is harmful is by necessity warned from in the teachings of Islam. Either Islam will give you direct command, or it will give you a principle that the scholars will use to derive from the ruling that this is right or this is wrong. Avoid it. So there isn't, and I will make this challenge to anyone, right? You're welcome to bring me anything which is a teaching of do or don't, or something that improves the person's life. This is the challenge. You can or you cannot do, that is not already present in Islam. You're welcome for that, or it will give you a principle that the scholars will use to derive from the ruling that this is right or this is wrong. Avoid it. So there isn't, and I will make this challenge to anyone, right? You're welcome to bring me anything which is a teaching of do or don't, or something that improves the person's life in what you can or you cannot do, that is not already present in Islam.
There's the there it is.
To do that.
Okay.
That's the challenge right there. Can you find something in the Quran that's not already in the Bible?
I would actually like to do that. That would take some time, but
yeah.
Chat, one sec, chat. Hold on, chat.
Okay.
That was all my question today, was clarifying Jesus in the Quran, and what does that mean to be the Messiah and the anointed one.
Okay. Why don't you give me example now then of what you claimed or you said has improved your life that is in the Bible? An example.
Okay, let me see. Well, this is my favorite verse in the Bible. Well, I can already see the point you're going to make, but like this verse
okay,
is...
So while you're doing it, you kind of already know the point I made, right? Which is that I can already present.
If I can't...
Yeah, can you whatever improved your life now? Can you find one thing that has improved your life that is not already found in Islam?
I would have to actually go back and look, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. No one's ever came to you with any... Have you ever asked that question to other people?
It's impossible. They can't. If the Quran is the guidance,
is that true?
Perfect guidance, they cannot do it by definition.
But is that because he believes it's perfect guidance, or because it
actually is perfect guidance, or is it just a blanket statement saying that the Quran is perfect guidance, therefore everything in here is true, every single AirPods?
Well,
In fact,
Freaking tweaking out. I'm
whatever
getting
they bring,
pissed.
I usually show them better in Islam. Not only the example that they can that they can present, but most of the time I show them, actually, look, this is a better teaching that way you can present. And
Can you find something in the Quran, something in the Bible that's not in the Quran? That's the challenge you gave me, and we're about to get to it, because I'm about to start looking into the Bible. I'm about to start looking into the Bible and looking into the Quran and see if I can find teachings in the Bible that are not in the Quran. That's what we're about to do. We're about to accept his challenge. Muslim Lantern, I accept your challenge!
sometimes what they would bring as a good teaching is in reality not a good teaching. That's why it's not found in Islam.
Ah, okay. Is there a specific...
That's why it's not found in Islam.
Ah, okay. Is there a specific one that you remember?
I know it's going to be echoey.
Yeah, for example, when they come and say, give the other cheek to the Christian, if someone hits you on one cheek, give the other cheek. That is not realistic, and that's not going to work in the world that we live in. It's not objective. You're ought to defend yourself when there's someone who is attacking you. You don't give them the other cheek. If someone goes into your house and he wants to do something to your mother or daughters, you don't give him the other sister and say, yeah, go ahead, have fun, I'll give you the other cheek. No, you defend yourself and you protect your family members, and you save them from that danger, because there are a lot of people who are the only way to deter them is a level of force pushing them back from the evil that they are ought to do. That's why Islam teaches you wisdom. It teaches you justice with everyone. It teaches you to be kind to those who are ought to be kind to, and it teaches you to defend yourself when someone is being evil or trying to do something to you. So therefore, I would say that teaching is really unrealistic and should not be applied in reality. But it gives them fuzzy feelings when they hear it. Therefore, they think it's a good teaching.
Yeah, no, what you just said right there is really interesting, because there is a lot of wishy-washy. It's like,
yeah, absolutely.
Turn the other cheek, okay. Well, what does that actually mean? Is anyone actually doing that?
All right, guys, this is good. Takaverse, thank you for the super chat, brother. If you're sick, bro, you do need some sleep. We're going to take a quick break, a 2-minute break from reacting to Takaverse. Which one is it? Afet, gee, remember you thanked your mom for her love and mercy on your show and how she set rules in your life to withhold things from you for your own health. You thanked her and showed respect and gratitude. This is what Muslims do when we pray to God directly. Afet, thank you for making these live streams possible. Yeah, you're right. And that podcast is actually, I'm glad you keep referring to that, because my mom means the world to me. All right, quick little break, guys.
The Alchemy of Happiness is a guide to transform the essence of man from his baseness to the purity of the angelic state. This transformation is through increasing knowledge of God. However, before you can begin to know God, first you must know yourself. Knowing yourself starts with an understanding of the human being's two distinct components, the body and the heart, or more specifically, the spiritual heart. There are 5 steps to understand the heart. First, you must recognize its existence. Next, know that the heart works to seek happiness through knowledge of God. It acquires this knowledge through knowledge of God's creation. Next, know that the body is a kingdom, and within it, the limbs and organs are its workers. Appetite is the tax collector. Anger is the policeman. Intellect is the chief minister. And the heart is king. The body is in a constant spiritual struggle between being held captive by anger and appetite and using them as a mount and weapon to attain spiritual fulfillment. If the heart acts at the advice of the intellect and keeps anger and appetite under control, the path to happiness will be made accessible. But if the intellect becomes the prisoner of anger and appetite, the kingdom will become desolate and the heart will be destroyed. Know that appetite and anger were created to nourish and protect the body and are its servants. The body was built to bear the senses, and it is their servant. The senses were created for intelligence gathering and serve the intellect. The intellect was created as the lamp of the heart. Through its light, the heart may see the divine presence. Thus, the intellect is the servant of the heart.
Okay,
the heart was created to witness the beauty of the...
Watch things multiple times.
The Alchemy of Happiness is a guide to transform the essence of man from his baseness to the purity of the angelic state. This transformation is through increasing knowledge of God.
Increasing knowledge of God.
However, before you can begin to know God, first you must know yourself. Knowing yourself starts with an understanding of the human being's two distinct components, the body and the heart, or more specifically, the spiritual heart. There are 5 steps to understand the heart. First, you must recognize its existence. Next, know that the heart works to seek happiness through knowledge of God. It acquires this knowledge through knowledge of God's creation. Next, know that the body is a kingdom, and within it, the limbs and organs are its workers. Appetite is the tax collector. Anger is the policeman. Intellect is the chief minister. And the heart is king. The body is in a constant spiritual struggle between being held captive by anger and appetite and using them as a mount and weapon to attain spiritual fulfillment. If the heart acts at the advice of the intellect and keeps anger and appetite under control, the path to happiness will be made accessible. But if the intellect becomes the prisoner of anger and appetite, the kingdom will become desolate and the heart will be destroyed. Know that appetite and anger were created to nourish and protect the body and are its servants. The body was built to bear the senses, and it is their servant.
This goes along with the theme that I discovered when I read the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Book of Mormon, and the Bhagavad Gita. I read all of them within a few months, and the one similarity I derived from them all was you have to control your desires. You have to have your desires under control to evolve to the greatest version of yourself. Which is what Tacaverse is saying through this video that he recommended.
Created for intelligence gathering and serve the intellect. The intellect was created as the lamp of the heart. Through its light, the heart may see the divine presence. Thus, the intellect is the servant of the heart. The heart was created to witness the beauty of the divine presence and is its servant. The heart has a number of qualities which can be grouped into 4 types. Predatory attributes that find happiness in rage, destruction, and killing. Bestial attributes. These seek happiness in eating, sleeping, and copulating. Demonic attributes. These thrive on evil, treachery, and deceit. And angelic attributes, which seek happiness in the contemplation of the divine presence. To attain spiritual happiness, the angelic quality of intellect must master the predatory, bestial, and demonic qualities. Now that you know the qualities of the heart, know that the heart's nobility is what elevates humans above the rank of beasts. Nobility from knowledge has 2 degrees. One is gathered by the heart through a door that opens toward the 5 external senses, such as learning the arts and sciences. The other is acquired directly by the heart through a door that opens to the heavens and divine inspiration. Know that the heart is like a well and knowledge is like water. The 5 senses are streams that fill the well. At the base of the well is dirt. Beneath the well is a pure spring. This dirt is like a veil that blocks the heart from accessing divine inspiration. To fill your heart with the pure water that lay beneath it, you must block the streams and empty the water. You must then remove the dirt at the base of the well, which is achieved by the struggle of disciplining the soul. Only then will the fountain of never-ending knowledge burst through and fill your heart. In truth, people in this world are deficient and weak. The heart is constantly struggling to subjugate the body's base qualities to the intellect. This is done through the knowledge of God and its key, the knowledge of oneself, the heart, and its nobility. That elevates man from the rank of beasts to that of angels. That is the start of the alchemy of happiness.
Wow. That is beautiful. Knowing thyself. If you know thyself, you know God. If you know thyself, you know God. If you know thyself, you know God.
Here.
I've never seen something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, we're about to begin this challenge.
No, go
here.
to the person when he's reading the verse and slap him in the face. See if he's going to give you the other cheek or not, or he's going to slap you back before finishing reading his verse. He's never gonna turn away and say, okay, this is the other cheek, go ahead. He's gonna slap you back and instantly, because that is even an innate human reaction that takes place.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take up your challenge on my own time. Try and find something in the Bible that cannot be found, a teaching in the Bible that cannot be found in the Quran.
Yeah, basically, if you claim you need the Bible, this is essentially, I want you to understand the point. If you claim you need the Bible, then find me that teaching that in the Bible that requires you to need it, that is not found in the Quran. Because if it's already in the Quran, then I don't need the Bible. By definition.
And if there is a teaching, then you would need the Bible.
You will need that teaching. But let's see, where is that teaching?
Okay. Mohammed, thank you for having me on today.
No problem. No problem. Okay.
I appreciate your time. This is
I know. Okay.
Awesome.
No problem. No issues. Okay, I'll let you go. Grayson,
Okay.
let's see who we have. Still have some people in the backstage. Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right, let's see who we have next.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That was great. Wait, let's see my live reaction.
Yo! Oh, another... That was fun. Okay. That was interesting, and I'm glad I left with a challenge. I left with an actual...
Okay. Yeah, Hamza was there too. That was sick. Thank you, Afet. Thank you guys for helping me get on there because I. All right, guys, we have the challenge. It's time to begin the challenge. Salazar 3 Watch said the Islamic position is that the Quran is a miracle itself, which is a huge claim to make. You can find linguistic, mathematical, and scientific miracles inside. React to 9 shocking facts from the Quran. Oh, thank you, brother. Well. All right, guys, for everyone just joining, get ready. The Muslim Lantern has challenged me. He has challenged me to find teachings in the Bible that are not already found in the Quran. If you can find, this is what I learned from Hamza's Den. If you can find teachings in the Bible, good teachings, that are not in the Quran, then you do need the Bible. So that is the challenge that we'll be taking. Which you guys want me to partake in this challenge for the next 50 minutes and begin looking into both right now live? I'll share a little Google document and we're going to get to the bottom of this, or at least make some progress. You guys down for that? All right. Here we go. What about Hamza's challenge? I do want to partake in Hamza's challenge. However, it requires me to watch. I believe it's like an hour-long video of his, and I would rather spend this next hour reading the Quran. I need to do more reading. If it comes from the book, I need to do more reading rather than listening to someone else, which I do hope. Well, not hope. I mean, before talking to Hamza again, I do intend on partaking in his challenge out of respect for him because he told me to do that challenge. So if I want to speak to him again, I probably should partake in that because he basically said, "Do you believe Muhammad is a messenger from God?" And he has a video about that. But we gotta do some more reading right now. More reading. Thank you, Afet. Don't forget the hadiths. You guys keep saying don't forget the hadiths. I don't know where to find hadiths besides online. And how do you know? You know, I have the Quran right here, so I know what's in here is in the Quran. I have the Bible right here, I know what's in the Quran. How do you know hadiths are... How do you know which hadiths are official? Is there like an official... Excuse me. Hadiths is next level. People are telling me to look into the hadiths. Okay, stick to Quran for now. Okay, screw the hadiths. No, we'll get there. I'm sure they're good. Right now, I gotta focus on the basics, okay? You guys have been telling me to take it slow. It's time to take it slow, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to do some more fucking studying, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. So, I'm gonna start in the Gospels. And we're gonna try to find a teaching that's not in the Bible. Sorry, that's not in the Quran. Look at all these notes right here. Look at all these notes right here. This is what you call an educated young man right here, okay? This is what you call an educated, sophisticated, photosynthesis, cellular respiration young man right here, okay? Let's get my trusty pen, gifted me from my mother. This is my mom's business. My mom is a business lady. So is my dad. Business is life. Because this is business. This is real business. All right. Here we go. You guys want me to share my Google Doc? So as you can see right here, here's my questions and answers document, disproving the Quran, which if you can't disprove it, then you prove it. So it's one or the other. Questions and answers. So far, yesterday, we spent 2 hours doing this. What does the Quran say about Jesus? Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus performed miracles and said to serve God as he is the Lord. What religion am I? I'm currently investigating all religions to then decide what I believe. How to disprove the Quran. Find a good teaching in the Bible that cannot be found in the Quran. A teaching that makes sense. Okay. And unfortunately, this is what's going on in my life right now. Okay. So time to do some studying. Bible Gateway. So we are going to, I'm going to write the challenge on the screen so you guys don't forget it. All right. Don't forget it. You ready for this challenge, guys? I'm excited. I'm excited because I think this is going to add some clarity. It can only go one or the other way. Challenge of the Muslim lantern is this. Find a good teaching in the Bible. Okay, this is the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this? Let's put it on the screen and let's get to freaking work, all right? Can you see? Challenge. You ready? You ready? You ready? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, and also don't be fat today, guys, all right? This is the challenge. Can everyone see it? This is the challenge. And this is what we're going to be partaking in. So let's begin. We're going to begin in the Gospels. I'm going to start reading through the Gospels and start marking down all of the teachings that I see. And from there, I'm going to see if it's in the Quran. If it's in the Quran, then we have both. All right. Matthew is first. Read the Bible. How do I just read the Bible? Full Bible PDF. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the PDF of the Bible. Let's download this hoe. Oh wait, sorry, that's disrespectful. You guys want to see something funny? Actually, no, we'll do that later. This is serious time. Alright, guys. Here we are. You're looking at the Holy Bible. Do Rim's version? What version is this? Oh, well, let's test out this version. All right, here we go, guys. Chapter 1, we're in the book of Matthew. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, son of Abraham. We're going to look for any teachings. We're going to look for any teachings that are not already found in the Quran. So let's start skimming. Okay. So I've already read this multiple times, so I don't believe the best use of my time is to read every single word. Whereupon just of her husband, being a just man and not willing publicly to dispose her, was mine to put away privately. Whereupon just of her husband, being a just man and not willing publicly to dispose her, was mine to put away. Well, he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to him in his sleep, saying, Joseph, son of David, fear not to take into the Mary his wife, for that which is conceived to her is of the Holy Ghost. Okay, that is exactly what the Quran says too, that Jesus was born a virgin. And thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Okay. The Quran does not say that. So that's already a different teaching, right? It's not a good teaching. Yeah, it's not really a teaching. Let's just start with Matthew 5. When Jesus therefore... Okay. Yeah. Oops. Bring forth therefore fruit worthy of patience, and then not say within yourselves, we have Abraham for our father. If I tell you that God is able to the stones raise the children of Abraham. For now okay. Chapter 4, then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, damn, that's a long time to not eat food. One time I didn't eat food for 3 days. I fasted for 3 days. I actually did that twice. It was very difficult. But really, it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. It feels like you're on a drug or something. Because, like, you're so empty. You're so empty. You've just been drinking water. As you guys know, because you guys fast during Ramadan, or a lot of you. And the tempter coming to him said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. Who answered and said, it is written, not in bread alone doth man live, but in every word that proceedeth from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him up into the holy set and held him on the pinnacle of the temple. So we haven't even got to a teaching yet. From that time, Jesus began to preach and to say, Denance, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, said two brothers, Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, casting into the sea for the fishers. And he said to them, come ye after, and I will... They immediately leaving their nets, and going on the hence, he saw the two brethren, James... And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set down, his disciples came unto him. And opening the mouth, he taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the meek, for they shall possess the land. Blessed are that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are that hunger and thirst after justice, for they shall have their fill. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are they that suffer persecution for justice' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they shall revile you and persecute you, and speak all that evils against you, and truly for my sake. Be glad and rejoice, for your reward is very great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets that were before you. This is what I was saying earlier. They always attack the prophets. You are the salt of the earth, but if salt loses savor, where shall it be salted? It is nothing good. Okay. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Where does it say this in the Quran? Let's test it. Where does it say this in the Quran? Please give me some verses and let's go look it up. It doesn't say that in the Quran? Wait, how is this not a T-shaken? Bless. It means saying become a peacemaker. Blessed are you if you're a peacemaker. Not the children of God part. I believe in the Quran it says ward off evil with good. Is that true? Ward off evil with good. So that's a similar. Quran 5:18. Wait, are these different versions of the Quran? What are these? Are these different? Sahih International, Tu Asami, Mas Abdul Halim. Are these different versions? So these are different translations of the same verse, correct, chat? Yeah, like different translations of the same verse. Okay. Let's look at the Arabic. Oh wait, but you got to read it backwards, right? One who between you and between him enmity? Enmity? What is enmity? The state of feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. Enmity. How do you say that? Enmity.
Enmity.
Enmity. Animosity. Oh, animosity. Hatred. Okay. So one who...
الذي بينك.
One who between you and between him... and so if there is beef between you... Thank you, Yasir Haja. Thank you for supporting this stream and making these daily streams possible, guys. I hope I can continue to do this full time so that together we can all learn every single day. Right to left. Oh, right to left, top from bottom. I'm so dumb. Okay. Right to left, top. This is so weird to me. Right to left. Right to left, top to bottom. Okay, so... And not equal the good deed and the evil deed. Repel by which it better is than behold one who between you and between him enmity was, if you will become a friend intimate. Okay, so that's obviously doesn't make sense because that's just the straight. And not equal are the good deed and the bad. Repel evil by that deed which is better, and thereupon the one who between you and him is enmity will become as though he was devoted friend. Good and evil are not equal. Repel evil with what is best, and you will see that one you had mutual enmity with him and will turn as if he were a close friend. Good and evil cannot be equal. Prophet, repel evil with what is better, and your enemy will become as close as an old and valued friend. Good and evil are not equal. Repel evil with that which is good, and you will see that between whom and you there was enmity shall become as if he were a bosom friend of yours. The good and the evil deed are not alike. Repel the evil deed with one which is better than between whom and the enmity become as though he was a bosom friend. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first idea. Thank you for your recommendation, eBuzz, and thank you for supporting these daily streams and making this possible so we can find the truth together. Okay, teaching 1. Quran. Find a teaching in the Bible that cannot be found in the Quran, a teaching that makes sense. Okay, so we have the teaching is... Where was the Bible? Okay, blessed are the peacemakers. Peacemakers. And that is Matthew 9. What chapter are we at? We're at chapter 5:9. So, and in the surah, and in the international version, I like this. You guys think I should just pick a version of my choice? Yasir Haija, if I may ask, what's your stance on Islam as for now? Thank you for your super chat. My stance on Islam is I am literally looking into it right as we speak, as you are watching this, and we're figuring it out together. You're witnessing someone who is not Muslim investigate the Quran. Right now, I don't see any parts of the Quran that don't make sense. I mean, right now, my stance on Islam is it's very direct, it's very clear-cut, it's very to the point relative to Christianity. And the Bible can be confusing, but the Quran seems to make a lot of things more clear. So, and I'm trying to find a teaching right now because I got told by the Muslim Lantern to try this, to find a teaching that is not already in the Quran. So, blessed are the peacemakers. It says that in Matthew. And now we have this. So it literally says to make your enemies your friends. Come on, man. Thank you, Bo, for being proud of me, and thank you for your super chat. And what surah is this? This is surah 41:34. Why does it keep doing that every time I copy and paste? All right, guys, so we have teaching number 1. Blessed are the peacemakers. Repel, that's what it says in the Bible. And the Quran, repel evil, what is better, and your enemy will come close to old friend. So, that's check. Let's find the next one. Okay, now back to the Bible. Blessed are they that suffer persecution for justice' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those that suffer persecution for justice's sake. Ugh. Blessed are ye when they shall revile you and persecute you and speak all that evil is against you and truly for my sake. Be glad and rejoice, for your reward is very great in heaven, for they persecute the prophets that are before you. Okay, we're going to try to... What's the next teaching that we see? This is in the Bible. I'm reading the Bible right now. We're trying to find a teaching, and then we're going to go to the Quran and find the teaching also in the Quran. Do not think that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have come to destroy, but to fulfill. For amen, I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass and pass the law till be fulfilled. He therefore that shall break one of these least commandments and shall so teach men shall be called the least of the kingdom of heaven, but he shall and teach you shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you that unless your justice abound more than that of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. You've heard that it was said to them of the old, thou shalt not kill, and whoever shall be killed will be in danger of judgment. But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother shall be in danger of the judgment. Whoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council, and whoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Is this a teaching? Is this a teaching? Have we found one? Is this a teaching or not? Whoever is angry with his brother shall be in danger of the judgment. Yeah, it is quite vague. It is quite vague. Because Jesus also was angry before. Jesus was angry when he went to the temple and made everyone leave the temple because he said they were disrespecting God. Oh, Saad is in here. Okay, here, let's just keep going because I think that's vague and... Whoever shall be to his brother vague shall be in danger of the council, and whoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. If therefore thou thy gift, therefore remember that thy brother hath anything before. Leave thereby offering before the altar and go for thy brother adversary, one's opponent. Be at agreement with thy adversary betimes, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest perhaps the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and thou judge deliver to the officer, and thou cast into prison. Amen, I say to thee, thou shalt not go out from hence thou repay last farthing. But I say to you that whoever shall look on a woman to lust after her hath already committed adultery with her in her heart. Okay, that's a clear teaching. All right, teaching 2. Here we go. (28) 5:28. Okay, where does it say this in the Quran? 861. Okay, never mind. That's a different one. If the enemy is inclined towards peacemakers, that's for the last one. Where does the Quran say to lower your gaze? 24:30. O Prophet, tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity. That is pure for them. Surely Allah is all aware of what they do. O believers, do not enter any house other than your own until you have asked for permission and greeted its occupants. This is best for you. Perhaps you will be mindful. Oh, that's beautiful. If you find no one at home, do not enter until you have given permission. O Prophet, so who is talking here? Thank you, Saad. Who is talking here? Yeah, this is not really the same teaching, is it? I mean, same idea. It's saying don't look at a woman lustfully. So God is saying this here? Oh, so God is telling Muhammad. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. This is Okay, so we have 2 ideas so far. Okay, God is talking to the prophet. Okay. Whatever shall look at a woman to lust after her hath already committed adultery with her in his heart. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity that is pure for them. Surely all... Okay, there's probably more verses that could maybe better link them, but I believe that that's just good enough to prove that they're saying that the Quran also includes what the Bible is saying to do. Yeah? So wait, how are you supposed to find a wife? You're allowed to look at them once, but not lust after them until you have them? Because don't you kind of need to gaze to notice that she's beautiful to then want her? Okay. Cookie Monster, I won't be doing that right now, but you talk to her father. Oh, you should go to her father first? Oh, that makes perfect sense. Father than the daughter's decision. Yo, wait, that makes perfect sense. Go to the father. Okay. All right, let's keep reading and let's find another teaching. Hey, Teb, are you there? I'm down to share this document with you and let you have permission to help me make this nice and neat. Okay, so peace and lust, that's the same. Relatively. Let's find out what teaching 3 is. You guys agree that this is the same? And if thy right eye scandalize thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is expedient for thee that one of thy members should perish, rather than that the whole body thy cast into hell. And if thy right hand scandalize thee, cut it off and cast it out thee. For it is expedient for thee that one of my members should perish, rather than that the whole body be cast into hell. That definitely is a teaching, but it's kind of like metaphorical. I don't know if it's clear cut. So I'm, you know, what is that? It just means like don't sin. Do anything to not sin, basically. Is this taught in the Quran? It's yeah, it is metaphorical. Yeah, I mean, don't sin is definitely going to be taught in the Quran. Okay, let's keep going. And hath been said, whoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a bill of divorce. But I say to you that whoever shall put away his wife, excepting for the cause of fornication, maketh her to commit adultery, and he that shall marry her that is put away commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever shall put away his wife, excepting for the cause of fornication, make her to commit adultery, and he shall marry her that is put away committing adultery. This is a teaching that, is this a teaching that is different? Matthew 5:32. It is said, anyone who divorces his wife must give her a certificate of divorce. But I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife except for sexual immorality makes her the victim of adultery, and anyone who marries a divorced woman commits adultery. Anyone who divorces his wife must give her a certificate of divorce. But I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife except for sexual immorality makes her the victim of adultery, and anyone who is married a divorced woman commits adultery. What is the meaning of this? Alright, let's just keep going. I think this part's a little bit too confusing. Oh shoot, didn't mean to do that. Again, you have heard that it was said to them that thou shalt not enforce yourself, but thou shalt perform thy oaths to the Lord. But I say to you, not swear at all, neither by heaven nor the throne of God. I'm sure it says this in the Quran to not swear. Not by the earth, for it is its footstool, nor in Jerusalem, for it is the city of the greatest king. Neither shalt thou swear by the head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. Do not let your speech be yeah, yeah, no, no, and that... Oh, but let your speech be yeah, yeah, no, no, and that which is over and above these that is of evil. You have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to thou, not resist evil, but if one strike thee on the right cheek, turn to him also on the other. Don't make promises. Neither shalt thou swear by the head, nor cause thou make hair white. 36. So do not swear. Is a swear a promise? Is a promise a swear? The Quran, on the other hand, recognizes the making of oaths, but warns against frivolous use. It includes provisions for expectation if one fails to keep an oath. For instance, Quran 589 explains, God will not call you to account for thoughtfulness in your oaths, but for the intention in your hearts, and he is oft giving, most forbearing. For those who can do with such a hardship, it is feeding. Okay, so that's a little bit of a difference, but lying is permitted in Islam. You're allowed to lie in Islam? Yeah. Quran Quran 589. One sec, guys. I'm using the restroom. Five, 8, 9. So does the Quran say, what does it say about promises? What is this? 5, 8. What is a thoughtless oath? Isn't that just a lie? That's an opportunity. The difference is, and see, okay, Sad, you always come in with the good. Allah will not call you. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit of a difference. Allah will not call you for your thoughtless oaths. For the thoughtless utterances. Okay, thoughtless utterances. Okay, so is this not a difference? Check the little book icon on the left. But sometimes the explanations are, they just like provide their own meaning of the verse. Okay. We mentioned the subject of unintentional oaths in Surah Al-Qur'an, but all praise and thanks are due to Allah, and so we do not need to repeat it here. We also mentioned that the law and oaths refers to one saying not no by Allah or yes by Allah. We also mentioned that the ledge in oaths refers to one saying no by Allah or yes. Allah said, but he will punish you for your deliberate oaths in reference to the oaths that you intend in your hearts. For its expectation of deliberate oath, feed 10 poor who are needy, not... On the average scale of what you feed your families... Okay, so there's a penalty. So this is a difference, right? Chat, help me understand this. Chat, help me understand this. Allah will not call you to account for your thoughtless oaths, but he will hold you accountable for deliberate oaths. But the Bible says, neither shalt thou swear by the head, because thou cannot make one hair or black. Or that's the same. This is not the same? Thoughtless oaths are not fulfilling general commitments. We are allowed to make oaths. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Bible. 536. Again, you have heard that it is said to those old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform to the Lord what you have sworn. But I say to you, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not take an oath by your head, for you cannot make one hair white or black. Let what you say simply be yes or no. Nothing more than that comes from evil. Okay, this is a difference. I'm going to pick a different verse from here. So it says in the Bible, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven, throne of God, or by the earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem. I'm reading right now in Matthew, guys, chapter 5. So this is a difference. This is the first difference that I'm actually kind of glad that I found a difference, because it's interesting to see both philosophies. It says to let what you say simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil. Okay, this is a clear difference. .225. Okay, let's look at 2.225.
ولا تجعلوا الله عرضة لأيمانكم أن تبروا وتتقوا ولا تجعلوا الله عرضة لأيمانكم.
Do not use Allah's name in your oaths. You see, it's not doing good. Okay. Allah will not hold you accountable for unintentional oaths, but what you intended by your hearts, and Allah is all forgiving, most forbearing. What does that mean? Allah will not hold you accountable. Oh, for unintentional oaths, but for what you intended in your hearts. Two, 5. Do not use Allah's name in your oaths, since there's no good, no guardians. Steven said, lying is permitted in Islam. Who do you trust? I don't think he's talking about lying. Not fulfilling general commitments like I'll be there, I'll get you something, like smaller unintentional comments you verbally make but aren't sure about them, specifically in the name of Allah. Okay. So is this really it's definitely not a major difference, but do not take an oath at all, either by heaven or... Well, it's saying do not take an oath. So, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by the earth, for it is his footstool. Allah will not call you to account for your thoughtless oaths, but he will hold you accountable for deliberate oaths. Do not use Allah's name in your oaths as an excuse. Okay, that's the same. Oh, well, as an excuse for not doing good, not guarding against evil, or not making peace between people, and Allah is all hearing. Allah will not hold you accountable for unintentional oaths, but for what you intended in your hearts. Purgatorial Gamer, thank you for the super chat and making these daily streams possible. 22225, because I am having a little trouble understanding this, so I'm glad you said something. Means he will not just by you by the words you unfitted. We already knows what your soul truly intended. Also, lying is not permitted in Islam. It is one of the major sins. So the Bible says, did I deliberately miss the divorce in the Bible? No, I just was a little confused by it right now, and I'm just going to wait to get back to it. White lies are permitted, like to make peace between man and woman, but if you swear a lie, it's not permissible, and you have to feed 10 poor or fast. White lies are permitted, like to make peace... Wait, are white lies... You can lie to your wife, she looks good. I mean, it says thoughtless oaths. Exactly. You can lie to your wife saying she looks good. That's a good thing. The Quran discusses oaths in several passages, providing context and guidance on the importance of fulfilling them, the consequences of breaking them, and the circumstances under what oaths might be taken or expiated. Atone. Here are some key references. 589. The verse explains the expiation of breaking oaths. The details tell you one must feed or clothe the needy. Okay. This passage addresses the issue of those who declare their wives to be like their mother's backs. A pre-Islamic form of verse. These verses emphasize not using oaths as a means of deceit or preventing oneself from doing good and acting righteously. It also reassures that God does not hold people accountable for thoughtless oaths, but for intention behind them. Regarding the differences of the Bible on the topic of oaths and honesty, in the Bible, particularly in the New Testament, as mentioned earlier, 25, Jesus advises against swearing oaths at all. He teaches simply to say yes or no, suggesting that anything more comes from evil. This teaching emphasizes the importance of a simple, straightforward honesty without the need to swear by anything. In the Quran, the approach is more about regulating and managing the use of oaths. It acknowledges that oaths are a part of life, but stipulates serious and specific conditions for their use and expiration for breaking them. It also distinguishes between unintentional and unintentional oath in terms of accountability. Both scriptures emphasize honesty, but approach the management of oaths differently. The Bible, this is what I'm realizing too. The Bible, at least in the New Testament teachings used, leans towards avoiding oaths to maintain simplicity and integrity in speech, while the Quran provides a structured approach to managing the ethical and social implications of making and breaking oaths. So this one's different. This is different. This is a clearly different teaching. It's still about, I'm just going to put it as red because it's still different, but it's still emphasizing honesty. But it definitely is a difference. Yo, my cousin is calling me. Brock, if you're watching this, brother, I'm streaming right now. I'm investigating the Bible and the Quran. All right, back to the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. And neither shall swear by the head. Okay, so far to summarize, guys, I am doing the challenge that the Muslim Lantern wanted me to do, which is finding a teaching in the Bible, a good teaching in the Bible that's not in the Quran. Blessed are the peacemakers. So I did find a difference so far, but it's not really that big of a difference. So far for peace, the Bible says blessed are the peacemakers. The Quran says repel evil with what is better. Ward off evil with good. Actually, where does it say ward off evil with good? Ward off evil with good. Okay, well, I think that was just my translation. We got the idea. Okay, let's keep reading the Bible to try to find an idea that is not in the Quran. But let your speech be yeah, no, and that which is over and above these as of evil. You have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, not to resist evil. One strike to thee on the right cheek, turn to him also the other. Okay. But I say to you not to resist evil. Okay, guys, here we go. I think this one's going to be different. I don't know what the Quran has to say about this, though. I just have heard from chat that, and talking to the Muslim Lantern, that the Quran does not say, that says that you have the right to, like, defend yourself. But I say to you to not resist evil. This is, okay, this is about to get interesting because this is, like, very applicable to all of our lives. You know, do you resist evil? Do you fight back? $25.63. One sec, guys. Going back to the first one, blessed are the peacemakers. The true servants are the most compassionate are those who walk on the earth. Oh, yes! I love this verse. I want to memorize this. The true servants are the most compassionate are those who walk on the earth humbly, and when the fools address them improperly, they only respond with peace. That is the most beautiful. That's the most beautiful verse. $25.63. Okay, so here we go. Here we go, guys. Teaching 4. How to disprove the Quran. Find a good teaching in the Bible that cannot be found in the Quran. Teaching that makes sense. Teaching 1. Peace. Blessed are the peacemakers. Matthew 5:9. The Quran. The true servants are the most compassionate are those who walk on the earth humbly, and when the fools address them improperly, they only respond with peace. Teaching 2. Lust. Whoever shall look on a woman to lust after her hath already committed adultery with her in his heart. Quran. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity that is pure for them. Surely Allah is all aware of what they do. To lower their gaze and guard their chastity. Teaching 3. Promises. Do not take an oath at all about heaven or for it is the throne of God. Let what you says imply yes or no. Anything more than that comes from evil. Teaching 3. Allah will not call you to account for your thoughtfulness oaths, but he will hold you accountable for deliberate oaths. So you're allowed to take oaths according to Islam.
وعباد الرحمن الذين يملكون
Okay, guys, here we are. But I say to you not to resist evil. It is kind of crazy. I mean, that's pretty, like, that's like what MLK did, right? Like, don't resist evil. Like, but people, see, my Christian friends would be like, well, that's why the Middle East is in war. Or, actually, no, I don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. 539. I don't think any of us know why the world is in war. It's much more complicated and above all of our heads unless you, like, devote your life to it. But I say to you not to resist evil. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if ChatGPT has an answer to this. The idea is partially echoed in the Quran, though the Quranic approach often combines forbearance, patience, with a proactive stance in resolving conflicts and repelling evil with good. While there's no direct equivalent to turn the other cheek in the Quran, there are verses that emphasize patience, forgiveness, and the moral value of repelling evil with good, which can be considered a similar spirit. Here's some relevant verse. G, be honest. Thank you, Afet, for supporting this channel and making these daily streams possible. G, be honest. What does it feel like when Quran is recited? When the Quran is recited, when I hear the Quran recited,
بهم سجدا وقياما
it sounds.
وعباد الرحمن الذين
I almost would want to go to the Middle East. I don't think I'll understand the Quran until I go to the Middle East and I'm around Arabic, because right now it sounds so foreign, because all I know of Arabic, all I know of Middle Eastern looking people, even though that's where the Bible comes from, Middle Eastern looking people are intimidating to me because I'm not accustomed to being around them, and growing up in America, sometimes you think Middle Eastern people are going to hurt you, even though that's never happened to me. But it's just like the brainwashing. Every country, everyone's brainwashed on certain things, and that's how I'm brainwashed slightly, so it's hard to... Yeah, but Jesus was Middle Eastern. That's the crazy thing. Jesus was Middle Eastern. The hatch flies. I didn't see your super chat. The hatch flies. What did you say? Can a moderator tell me what the hatch flies said so I can read it? Yeah, gee, I'm hurt. I already look like a terrorist. Okay, Cookie Monster, no worries. Say to you not to resist evil. So it does say to ward off evil with good. Okay. The Quran addresses the concept of fighting in defense of justice and counteract oppression or evil in several verses. This is contextually mainly in terms of fighting in self-defense or protecting those who are oppressed. Key verses include Surah Al-Baqarah. These verses say... All right, guys, I'm going to be streaming for 10 more minutes. I'm going to continue to look into the challenge of what the Muslim Lantern challenged me to do. Find a good teaching in the Bible that's not already in the Quran. I'm in the middle of a very important one right here. Resisting evil. So this is going to be interesting what I'm about to find. And then I'm going to head out, and I'll be back streaming in 40 minutes, or I'll take a 30-minute break, and I'll be back, and we're going to watch, have a watch party. Having a watch party. We're watching Jeffrey Lang, I believe is his name. Going to learn some more. But I say to you not to resist evil, Matthew 39. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit complicated. Surah, these verses set clear guidance for fighting self-defense and not transgressing limits. Verse 20 says, fight in the way of all of those who fight you, but do not transgress. Indeed, Allah does not like transgressors. This passage specifically mentions the permission to give to those who have been fought against because they were wronged, highlighting that Allah is certainly capable of aiding them. It states permission to fight has been given to those who are being fought because they were wronged, and indeed Allah is competent to give them victory. All right, let's go look up this verse. But what is the context of this? Does this have a historical context, or is this for now? O humanity, fear your Lord, for the violent quake in the hour is surely a dreadful thing. The day you see it, every nursing mother will abandon what she is nursing, and every pregnant woman will deliver her burden prematurely, and you will see people as if they were drunk. Though they will not be drunk, but the torment of Allah is terribly severe. Still, there are some who dispute about Allah without knowledge and follow every rebellious devil. It has been decreed for such devils that whoever takes them as a guide will be misguided and led them into the torment of the blaze. O humanity, if you are in doubt about the resurrection, then know that we did create you from dust, then from a sperm drop, then developed you into clinging clot, then a lump of flesh, fully formed and unformed in order to demonstrate our power to you. Then we settle whatever embryo we will in the womb for an appetite, then bring forth infants so that we may reach your prime. Some of you may die young, while others are left to reach the most feeble stage of life, some may know nothing or having them. That is because Allah alone is the truth. He alone gives life to the deed, and He alone is most capable of everything. And certainly the hour is coming, there is no doubt about it, and Allah will surely resurrect those in the graves. So there are those dispute all about challenge. Permission to fight back is hereby granted to those being fought, for they have been wronged, and Allah is truly most capable of helping them prevail. Indeed, Allah defends those who believe. Surely Allah does not like whoever is deceitful, ungrateful. Permission to fight back is hereby granted to those. Permission to fight back is hereby granted those being fought, for they have been wronged, and Allah is truly most capable of helping them prevail. This is the first ayah of jihad. Al-Waqa reported that Ibn Abbas said this was revealed to Muhammad and his companions when they were expelled from Mecca. When the Prophet was driven out of Makkah, Abu Bakr said, "They have their prophet. Truly to Allah we belong, and truly to Him we shall return. Truly they are doomed." And Abbas said that Allah revealed the words. Permission to fight is given to those believers fought against because they have been wronged, and surely Allah is able to give them victory. Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, said, "Then I know that there will be fighting." Iman added, "This is the first ayah to be revealed concerning fighting." This also recorded, "And surely Allah is able to give them victory," means He is able to grant victory in His beloved servants without any fighting taking place, but He wants His servants to strive their utmost in obeying Him, as He says. So when you meet these who disbelieve, strike next till when you have killed and wounded many of them, then bind a bond firmly. Thereafter either be for generosity or ransom until war lays down its burden. Thus, but if it had been Allah's will, He Himself could certainly have punished them. But He lets you fight in order to test some of you with others. But those who are killed in the way of Allah, He will never let their deeds be lost. He will guide them and set their state and admit them to paradise, which He has made known to them. Okay, so this is what Christians... I have looked into crazy verses in the Bible that sound crazy, but does this not sound crazy at first thought? Is this not saying... This is what people think, like, why 9/11 happened. Which I know Muslims don't agree with 9/11. I'm just saying this is why people think 9/11 happened, is because this. Thank you for the super chat, Jameson. I do want to join God Logic. However, today I'm reading the Quran on my own. I do plan on talking to him in the future, though. So this, what context is this? Thank you, Cookie. The people who they were commanded to fight against killed them and persecuted them. Okay. Okay, verse right after gives context. They are those who have been expelled from their homes for no reason other than proclaiming our Lord is Allah. Had Allah not repelled the aggression of some people by means of others, destructing what have surely claimed monstrous churches, synagogues, and mosques in which Allah's name is often mentioned, Allah will certainly help those who stand up for him. Allah is truly all-powerful, almighty. They are those who have established and land by us would perform prayer, pump knocks. Permission to fight back is hereby granted those being fought, for they have been wronged, and Allah is truly most capable of helping them prevail. They are those who have been expelled from their homes for no reason other than proclaiming our Lord is Allah. Had Allah... Okay, so this is saying... This is saying that if you have been expelled from your home simply for proclaiming our Lord is Allah, then you have permission to fight back. I believe that is what I'm getting from this. Or it is what I'm getting this. It's not I believe I am. So for those... Toughissers. Oh, it's very long. Thank you, Abdurrahman, for the super chat. Bint Mariam, thank you. The verses of Surah Al-Hur 22:39 in the Quran, which discuss the permission granted to fight, were revealed in a specific historical context that is crucial for understanding their meaning and application. This context is deeply connected to the early Muslim community's experiences in Mecca and their migration to Medina. Historical background. Persecution in Mecca. Before these verses were revealed, Muslims in Mecca had faced severe persecution from the Quraysh, the dominant tribe in Mecca. The persecution included physical abuse, economic sanctions, social ostracism, and psychological torment. Due to escaping persecution, the Prophet Muhammad and his followers migrated to Medina, a city where they found a more supportive environment. This migration is known as the Hijra and marks a pivotal turning point in Islamic history. Prior to the Hijra, Muslims were generally instructed to endure persecution patiently and not to engage in physical retaliation. Oh, really? The revelations of Surah Al-Hajj, specifically verses 39-40, marked a significant shift in this policy by granting Muslims the permission to fight back if they are attacked. This permission was framed within the context of self-defense and fighting against oppression. The verses state, permission to fight has been given to those who are being fought because they were wronged, and indeed Allah is competent to give them victory. 22:40. This verse further elaborates on the justification for this permission by referring to the defense of those who are unjustly expelled from their homes strictly because of their faith. These verses were revealed to assure Muslims that it is acceptable to defend themselves after years of enduring injustice and oppression. The permission was conditional, not a blanket approval for aggression, not but a directive allowing self-defense in response to violent persecution. The ethical framework provided by these verses emphasizes restraint, justice, and the ultimate aim of peace. The protection of places of worship, including churches, synagogues, and mosques, is highlighted, illustrating the sanctity of all religious sites and the importance of religious freedom. The historical context is essential for understanding the shift in the early Muslim community from a stance of passive endurance to one of active but measured self-defense, which was seen as necessary to preserve the community's safety and religious freedom. The historical context... Okay. Okay, it says clearly right here. They are those who have been expelled from their homes. How do you write? Is that how you write? How do you write the verse when you like have two verses? Oh, Islam is revealed over 23 years. First 14 years, no fighting back. So, at the beginning of Muhammad and his crew, they were, correct me if I'm wrong, according to history, according to what we know. I mean, none of us were actually there. Let's remember that none of us were actually there. But according to history, they were expelled from Mecca and heavily persecuted and pushed away. And then it was revealed to Muhammad that they are allowed to fight back. And who is allowed to fight back? They are those who have been expelled from their homes for no reason other than proclaiming our Lord is Allah. Certainly, the history of Islam and the life of Muhammad are a foundational understanding of the religion and its development. Here's a broad overview focusing on the initial period of persecution faced by Muhammad and his followers. Early life of Muhammad. Muhammad was born in Mecca around the year 570 CE into the Quraysh tribe, a powerful and influential group that controlled the city, which was a religious and trade hub. He was orphaned at a young age and later worked primarily as a merchant. At the age of 40, around 610, Muhammad began to receive revelations from God conveyed through the angel Gabriel. These revelations, which continued until his death in 660, form the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Muhammad's message included the belief in one God, social injustice, and the importance of community welfare. This was a direct challenge to the policy, beliefs, and practices of the tribe and threatened social and economic status quo in Mecca. Social and economic boycott. As Muhammad's following grew, the Quraysh became increasingly hostile. They imposed a social and economic boycott against Muhammad and his followers, severely limiting their access to food, trade, and social interaction. Muhammad and his followers were subjected to verbal abuse, physical attacks, and assassination attempts. The persecution wasn't just ideological, but physically oppressive. Muhammad's status in the Quraysh initially offered some protection, but after the death of his influential tribe, who were both key supporters, the situation worsened significantly. In 622 CE, facing unbearable persecution and threats to their lives, Muhammad and his followers migrated to Medina, a city about 200 north of Mecca. This event, known as the Hijra, marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muhammad established a Muslim community and gradually garnered more followers. This period was marked by both consolidation of the Islamic community and conflicts with the Meccan Quraysh as well as other tribes. Later years and spread of Islam. Hey, Bint Mariam, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for making this live stream possible so that I can continue to do this every day, to continue to investigate these religions, and I hope you guys are learning from me as I am learning a lot today about Christianity and Islam. Bint Mariam said, the verses about fighting are all in specific context during the time of the Prophet. We cannot apply these verses randomly today. Murder is a major sin in Islam. Don't be deluded by Islamophobes. Okay. In 630, Muhammad and his followers captured Mecca without significant bloodshed. Most of the Meccan populace converted to Islam, and the Islamic State was sole established over the Arabian Peninsula. These early years are crucial for understanding the challenges faced by Muhammad and his followers. Their perseverance is the face of persecution, the development of community based on shared religious beliefs, and the spread of Islam beyond the Arabian Peninsula. The history of early Islam is a complex blend of religious, social, and political developments. The persecution faced by Muhammad and his followers is a key part of his narrative, illustrating the difficulty of establishing a new religious movement in a largely hostile environment. The period also sets the stage of the rapid expansion of Islam after Muhammad's death, as the principles he espoused gained broader acceptance across diverse populations. Okay, guys. I am going to be signing off, guys. This is something that's going to be continued this week. Possibly continued on tomorrow. Later in 23 minutes, I will be streaming again, and we're going to be having a watch party to learn about the purpose of life of Muslim people, according to Jeffrey Lang, a speech that has been highly suggested by you, chat. So we're going to be watching that. But today, in regards to the challenge that the Muslim Lantern gave me to find a good teaching in the Bible that is not in the Quran, I would say I've yet to do it. Jeffrey, I believe we're going to... Jeffrey Lang, right? Yeah, Purpose of Life, Jeffrey Lang. We're going to be watching this. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a watch party. Get your popcorn ready, 23 minutes, and get ready to learn. Get excited, get ready to chill and learn. All going to be learning. And the history of... this is what to summarize, who has been here since the beginning of the live stream, shout out you, chat. But today I learned this. In the Bible, it says, blessed are the peacemakers, Matthew 5:9. In the Quran, it says, the true servants of the most compassionate are those who walk on earth humbly, and when the fools address them improperly, they only respond with peace. Lust. Whoever shall look at a woman to lust after her hath already committed adultery with her in his heart. Matthew 5:28. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their chastity. That is pure for them. Surah 24:30. So, have peace. Don't look at a woman lustfully. Be pure. The first teaching that appears to differ is promises. In Matthew. In Matthew, it says, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven. Do not take an oath at all. Let what you say imply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil. But the Quran says Allah will not call you to account for your thoughtless oaths, but He will hold you accountable for deliberate oaths. So you are allowed to make oaths in Islam, and you are allowed to... He doesn't care about your thoughtless oaths. That's kind of nice. So in Islam, if your wife says, or are you allowed to have girlfriends in Islam? I don't know how that works, but I don't know what a girlfriend is. That is more realistic. So you allowed to make thoughtless things? If your wife says, am I pretty? Or do I look pretty right now? If your girlfriend says, do I look pretty right now? According to Islam, you're allowed to say yes, even if you think no, even if you think she look ugly. Like if she has no makeup on and she's like, do I look good? And you say, yeah, you look good. That's allowed? Oh, objective reality. I'm signing off right now, objective reality, but for the future, let me, when I do this again, I'm going to continue this quest this week. Following the challenge that the Muslim Lantern gave me, I'm going to continue this quest. So, I'd be happy to have you on. However, I do want to try to be unbiased and not be hearing only from, I mean, I guess your name is Objective Reality, so you must be objective, right? Okay, so that's the first difference. And the next difference that I found, and again, we're going to continue this. We're only in Matthew chapter 5, but that's how slow. You guys have been telling me to take it slow, so I'm taking it slow, and I'm taking it methodically to figure out what the truth is. Teaching 4, resisting evil. But I say to you, not resist evil, Matthew 5:39. Don't resist evil. The Bible clearly says do not resist evil. However, the Quran says permission to fight back is hereby granted to those being fought, for they have been wronged, and Allah is truly most capable of helping them prevail. And they, the people who have given permission to fight back, so the people who have given permission to fight back are those have been expelled from their homes for no reason other than proclaiming our Lord is Allah. Even though, I mean, Christians still start wars and stuff, so They definitely still resist evil. So they're really following the Quran, aren't they? Blue Jay, what do you mean? I mean, Christian, like the Crusades, right? I don't know the history of the Crusades, but I know that there's Christian Crusades where the Christians fought. According to the Bible, Christians should never be fighting. I say to you not to resist evil. Right? Okay. All right, guys. 1 Samuel 15:3. Why are you telling me to look at that? Hey, I may or may not catch you, but if you reach out, I'll be sure to come in and available. I'm approachable by same name on other platforms. Oh, Objective Reality. Okay. Okay, Objective Reality. Thank you for supporting this stream, and also I would love to chat with you. Okay, guys, I'm signing off today. We're going to continue this quest later. We have 2 differences so far found. I've been reviewing the Gospel, specifically the book of Matthew, and I have found what the Bible says about peace, lust, promises, and resisting evil. There's a few different. These 2 are different. They're similar, though, but they're different. Although, not really. This one's pretty different. This one's really similar because they both talk about being honest. But the Bible says don't even make an oath because you don't know anything. Everything is only according to what, you could die at any moment. All right, guys, let's say a prayer and we will head out. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in 15 minutes when we watch the Jeffrey Lang Purpose of Life watch party. God, thank you for providing this platform for all of us to be here today at the same simultaneous time. Thank you for Steve Jobs inventing this incredible technology so that we can share the truth together. We can figure out what the truth is together and use the incredible brains, the incredible bodies and brains that you have given us, God. Truly, looking at ourselves shows that there is divinity in this world. The fact that we're even all here right now in this moment is just, this is proof of divine creation, God. Thank you for everything you've given me. I pray that I realize all of my problems are just solutions. All of my challenges in my life you have purposely put in front of me to make me the greatest man that you can possibly turn me into. Everything that's bad is actually good. Keep me strong, keep me healthy, keep everyone on this stream strong and healthy. I pray that we all lead each other to the truth and no one misguides each other. In your heavenly name, as we say together, amen. Thank you guys for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in 15 minutes. Much love. Bye.